name is Richard Palazzolo, and I released from active duty as lieutenant in the United States Navy Reserve. The cruiser in WestPac it's again, you're over there on a training mission, but you're also there to show the flag, and so you're there with other ships. And one of the events that happened, and it's probably many times of the year, the area between Taiwan and the mainland, it's called the South China Sea, and the South China Sea is very well known for having some turbulent weather. And we were in the South China Sea steaming with a squadron, and at that time it was a terrible typhoon that came up on us. And at that point the ship was traveling again with under strict radio communications. And so at that point, so no one was to communicate except by infrared light between ships. But we found out that the ship was in what they call in extremis. And ships can only be able to roll a certain degree, and if you go beyond that degree, you keep rolling, you become fish food. The ship then will sink. And so we were basically 1 degree from getting to that point. It was a 40-degree roll, and so the captain came up on the bridge and took control of it. He broke radio silence, and we broke off from the formation. He said, "My ship is in extremis." Broke off formation, and we steamed in an opposite direction into the storm to save the ship. And a couple of days later, the captain was summarily ordered by the Commodore to go over to the main ship, and he was scheduled to be court-martialed. And so the captain went with a helicopter picked him up, took him over to the main ship, and he presented his evidence to show why he was justified his actions. And so the captain returned to the ship, and he was not court-martialed. And I don't know whatever happened to the Commodore. He may have got reassigned, whatever, but it did save our ship. We all came very close to being what I call fish food. The ship could have been lost in this storm. And everybody who was aboard remembers that day just as vividly as they did the day yesterday. And so there were certain events that seemed to stand out in your mind that would be, that really remind you of the time aboard the ship that were not only turbulent but also memorable. And we as a crew stuck together, and so as a result, the reason we have these reunions, because those kinds of experiences bring you together and make you really brothers in arms. And so you all were there together, you all made it through together, and had it not been for us staying together as a group, we would not be here today. And so I'm excited to get to these reunions every year, and we talk about things that happened 50 years ago like they happened last week. And so we look forward to getting together, and it's great to see my shipmates and to share experiences and see them again. They're like my own brothers and sisters at home. And so those are things in my mind that stick out of the times I was in.